Good morning, everybody. It's me. I'm back again, Debbie A. Anderson. And while I'm waiting for everybody to come on board, I want to pull a card from the I Am Sacred affirmation deck. And while I'm doing so, I want to sort of explain how my morning started based on, like, what am I going to talk about today? What do you want the focus of today's spiritual breadcrumbs spirit? And I'm in the bathroom and I'm trying to do something with my flyaway hair that's going crazy at the moment. Yes, there's more grey there than purple at the moment. And these beautiful braids that were put in by somebody are growing out. So, but what I got was this amazing sort of, and Spirit said, "You're still standing." And I'm like, okay, yes, I am still standing. Is that what you want me to talk about today? So that's why today's podcast sharing is called Still Standing. So let's pull the card from the I Am Sacred. And I am sacred and a vibrational superstar. So I'm concluding that's what Spirit are trying to get over to me to share with you, that we are all superstars. So with that, I feel I want to go in a very childlike essence this morning. But before I start that, I want to say that next week, I'm going to have my very dear friend and amazing medium, Ida Keatley, come join me just for a few minutes, because as you know, these segments are only 10 minutes long at the max. So she's going to come one day next week. We're just trying to work that out, because where she is, the internet is a bit patchy. So we will play and see what day it'll be. But when she comes on board, it'll be great. Thank you, Lauralee Potvin, who is another amazing psychic and medium. And I'd love to have her on board just for a few minutes one day, because I think that would be perfect as well. She has this amazing show called The Paranormal Show. I think pop her little link down in there, and she has these amazing guests that come on board. Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Vibrational Earth Children's deck, because I feel there's this essence of childlikeness that is needed today. We had an amazing cracker of a storm last night, and everything was sort of thundering and lightning, and I love the light shows when that happens. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, one for the mind, one for the body, one for the soul, because we are that sacred superstar. Okay, so here we go. Oh, that's the first one. Well, let's get all 3. So there's 1, and let's see what the second one's going to be. Oh, there she be. And whoop, let's put them over this side so I can work with them a little bit better. And the third one, oop, there she goes. A lot of oops today. All right, but oops in a good way. All right, let me just have a look. Mind, body, soul. Okay, I love it. All right, so the first card that was drawn is Chores Wars. And when you think about it, the concept of Spirit saying you're still standing is that sometimes we've had so many other distractions that we have to do things. We're running off here, doing that, crazy, crazy, crazy all the time. And although we have to do the chores per se, put in the work, add the effort, we don't want to get distracted. So once your washing's hung, open it up to Spirit and see what happens. So that's our mind, because we are very in that scattered feeling. And I think this is beautiful. And what I love about this image is this little child is barefoot, okay, connected to Mother Earth. So she's there. She's like, okay, I'm there. And then above here, if you look up, there's these lovely shafts, and it almost looks like a cross, okay? So we are protected all the time. So that's our mind, but we tend to get scattered. Right. Mind, body. This is where we are, where we can create our good things and bad things. And it's quite funny because the card is huff and puff. So we've got this little girl above here that's doing this, like sticking her tongue up. And geez, how many times have I done that? When somebody's really ticking me off and I'm like, oh, I don't want to say anything. So I just go, And then it makes me feel better. So it's that childlike essence. So maybe we have to do that. And then underneath, we got this lovely little child that's going, hey, thumbs up, I'm okay with this. So sometimes when we're fighting to do something and other people are distracting us, that they're being mean to us, and there's a lot of meanness around at the moment, a lot of division, a lot of things where people are feeling, if I'm not doing this or I'm not here, then I'm being ostracized or put out of something, and we don't want to do that. So I stepped away from a group that I was going with because I was feeling the essence wasn't there for me anymore. And sadly, the person running it in her spiritual way, she wanted to be mean to me. And I'm like, that's okay. She needed to get that. Maybe I needed to see that. So I'm not saying that she is wrong and I am right, because, you know, sometimes we just have to go, maybe this is time for me to move away. So maybe I had to stick my tongue out, or she stuck her tongue out at me, and I'm going, that's okay. I'm ready to move on. So my body part, my structure, my spiritual, and because the mind part is here in our head, how we go in there. I love this. Spirit must have wanted me to hear this message because I'm live. I just opened up. I was on another app. So great. I love that, Lauralee. So when we are caught in this fuzz, if you like, our soul just goes, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to stay and put up with this? Am I supposed to leave and say something? What am I supposed to do? And this is what I love. The soul card has come up. Change is fun. So maybe when we get these things happening to us, and mine, usually they're a real smack in the face, like a real fist, and it hurts. And when I say in the face, it's like that gut punch that we get, that sucker punch that goes in there and you go, what did I do? What did I do? So if you've got these things happening in and around you at the moment, maybe Spirit is saying, it's okay to step away. You're not wrong. They're not wrong. You don't have to make a who's right, who's wrong. You don't have to get involved in the emotions of it. And we've just had that summer solstice as well. So lots of emotions were rising up and taking part around us and in us and outside. And as I say, last night with this beautiful storm that we had, I got the feeling that it was Spirit just saying, you know, we need to clear the air here. We need to clear the air. You get focused on what you need to do and just do it. So with the change being fun, yes, it is. Because yes, we invite in new things, okay? Not things that are really there that we've done before. And sometimes that territory is uncharted. And then we go, is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? So this is why I call this spiritual breadcrumbs, because we follow those little breadcrumbs to that next venue, that next experience. And then when we get there, maybe that's not what we are there for, but maybe we have to have that as part of the next part of the journey. So today, the fact that Spirit said, you're still standing, is an indication to all of us. We need to keep standing in our power. Doesn't matter if anybody else doesn't like it. We're not here for them. We're not here for them. You're here for you, this individual, you, nobody else. And yes, we share things, we help people, we interact with people and things like that, because that's humanness. So I love this. Laura Lee just said, yes, your stomach feels like it literally drops right from your boots. And yes, it does. And she says here, and I know this, her son has autism and is terrified of thunderstorms. His kitty who passed is just up there in heaven bowling with all the angels. I love that. I can remember with my son, he didn't like thunderstorms, especially in a darkened room at nighttime. So I'd say to him, it's okay. Sometimes God has just put on his lead boots and he's walking around and he just needs to get all the dirt off of them. So each of us have our way that we deal with things. And as I say, we're here for us and all those other people that we interact with along the way. He said, taught me that what others think of me, it's none of their business. Exactly. None of their business. This is your business, your journey, and the change is happening. And yes, there's huff and puff and there's people around you that are going to keep going at you, but keep your feet firmly planted on Mother Earth, grounded. That gorgeous cross there, guiding you along the way. I love spending this time with you. And as I say, hopefully I can invite Laura Lee on for this little 10-minute slot, because I'm trying not to make vibrational blessings. Enjoy the rest of your day. And if you have a question or topic you want me to broach, cover, dig at, unearth, it's only going to be a short segment, 10 minutes. See, 10 minutes up here. She says I'm pointing at the wrong one, 10 minutes. So pop it in the feed below and we can bring it up and see if Spirit want to discuss that. Meanwhile, blessings to you. Thank you for being part of my journey this morning and the spiritual breadcrumbs. Take care, everyone.